Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Faikal bin Shaban Hafizi and my student ID is 2022978265.
Hey, we meet again. But this time I'm in a cartoon mode. So for my inventory application, I had developed a game store inventory application that functions to store the game store information such as customer data, the game that customer bought, and I also added a feature to storing promotional game lists that will have a discount for specific genre of game. So without further ado, let me show you the code. So to develop the system, at first I created my own linear data structure, that is array list and linked list file to store collections of customers and game data. As you can see on the screen, this is my own array list that I created, and after that it also has a file associated to it, that is array list exceptions, that will perform as an error handler for my array list. Next, I created the linked list class. Before I created this, I must create a node class that will manage the nodes for my linked list. Same as my array list, this linked list also will have an error handler that is named as empty list exception. Then I created customer class that will perform as superclass for the game class that will be created later. In this class, only two variables of data that can be stored, that is the customer names and customer ID. And also after that, there is default constructor, normal constructor, the setter and getter, and two string method that will show the customer ID and customer name. After finishing that, we will proceed to the game class. This game class is performed as a subclass for the customer class. It has three variables that are game name, the genre, and the price. By declaring the variable, we build the default constructor and normal constructor. Normal constructor will pass the super variable from the customer. As you can see, the setter set game, it will pass the super variable, that is customer name and customer ID, from the customer class. We also created each of variable setter and getter, and then there's toString method that we also pass the toString method from the customer class. And now I will show you my main app program. So first, I built a linked list, that is CList as customer list, and linked list for promotion list that will perform as a linked list for games that have a discount on it, that's specifically for sport genre game. It will prompt user to enter the number of customer in this. So let us say 3. After we input that, we need to, this is my code for customer detail, that will prompt user to enter the customer ID and customer name. After that, it will insert add pack for the linked list. After we key in all the data, now I will show you what happened behind the scene in the CList linked list. This is what happening on CList linked list. Linked lists are made of object called nodes with the attribute of item, which is assigned the data that it stores. It also have an attribute of next pointer, which point to the next node. A pointer to the head of the list is required in the linked list, but a pointer to the tail of the list is not required. To see how a linked list allow us to efficiently insert object at the head and tail, I will show you an example of linked list performing. So we have here is linked list of CList. Have 3 nodes, and these 3 nodes indicate our numbers of customers that we are insert, that is 3. So each node will holding a data and each node also have a pointer that will point to the next node. So as you can see here, node 1 is with customer ID of 45 and the customer name is Adam. So Adam will be the head node. And then for the node 2, we're holding the data of 56 and node 2 is customer name Ikmal, which point to the node 3, and node 3 is Afif, which holding the data of customer ID 47, which the next node after Afif is null, so next is none, and Afif will be the tail nodes for this C list. Since the position of node in the list is stored in the pointer of the previous node, the node of a linked list do not necessarily have to be organized consecutively in memory. In fact, it can be stored anywhere in memory, just like this. So it will point one onto another. Now let us continue with our code. So this is my code for a game list release. At first, I will create a release that calls game list that will store the game that bought by the customer. So let us input the data for our customer. Now this is what happened on the game list release. So after we input the data, it will prompt the user to pick or choose what system going to do. So we have three options here. That option number 1 is shut scheme by who that own the game, and number 2 is delete the game data. So first, this is my code for a game that owned by who. Here after 1, let's say game name is Warzone. Then it will show the details of the customer who bought it. Do you want to exit? No. Let us try with another game. If there is not game name owned by anyone, so let us see COD. Customer not found. That it is. So let us continue for the second option, that is delete a game data. So delete a game data. This is my code for delete game data. It will prompt confirmation. Enter game name. What game name? Maybe Warzone. And do you want to continue? No. So it will prompt the list, the new customer list. So we have Adam and Nikma only, as Afif have been deleted. Now let us choose the third option, exit program. So when we set the third program, it will prompt us, do you want to exit or no? And if we say yes, there will be a code that will calculate the maximum, minimum, sum, total price, average, and discount. So the discount part will be at the promotion part. So this is the promotion list code for my code. The promotion will have a discount of 12%. After you calculate, then this is the output. After we click yes, there is a pop-up of receipt. There will display of receipt that will show the total price, the average price of game, the highest 135 because Afif data has been deleted just now, and the cheapest is 15 ringgit, that is by Adam game. And promotion list. So the promotion list will be shown here also. That is Ikmal that have a game of genre of sport. That's just for me. Thank you.